Guys, we are here to check out the upcoming summer anime season of 2020. Something obviously we always love doing. It's always a great time, a fun time being able to do this. I know like in a lot of these streams or videos or whatever it may be, I feel like every time I probably sound like a broken record, but I'm always like I don't want it to be that long and then it ends up being like over an hour. This one though is really not going to be that long because the season has kind of been thinned out because of what's going on. I don't want to get too much into it. You guys probably know how YouTube can be. But yeah, like a lot of shows from this season got pushed to the fall, and then even shows from the fall have got pushed to like next year. So you guys know what it is. You guys know what it is. But this one won't be as long because there's not as many shows obviously to go over. But regardless, we're still gonna do it, right? We're still gonna go through and decide, right, which shows we plan to watch, which shows, well, for me, but everyone's kind of here, if you're watching the video, of course. But we're gonna go over what we plan to watch, what we don't plan to watch, and which shows I guess we'll kind of be on the fence about. We'll be in the middle about. I will be able to obviously tell you guys some that I plan to react to in this video, but there are going to be ones where I'm like, I might react to it. I might do like a first impressions reaction. You never know. You guys kind of know how those things go. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I want to get into the list, guys, and see what we're gonna have. So look at the chat one more time before we get in. We got a lot of people coming through. Um, Neozoic. I would just say I would just call you Neo. What's going on? Crisona, Anish. If it's your first time here, welcome. I used to stream a lot. Like I used to stream all my reaction. I used to stream like pretty much everything I did, but that kind of fell off. So it's been a while since we did a stream. Khalid. Hopefully I pronounced that right. I'm sorry if I didn't. Doing good. It's always a good time when we can, go over something like this, especially. Kayla, what's going on? Chloe CR from Costa Rica. Wow, that's awesome. See, this is something I've always talked about. Like, I'm like for the streams or just I guess the viewers, subscribers, comment, people who comment in general. Like, everyone's from different places, like all over the world. It's just insane, man. It really is. Animus Foster, that boy. What's going on? Alan Walker, what's going on? Amora, Devin, what's going on, everyone? Hey, it's cool. We got a bunch of people coming through for this. It has been a while. It has definitely been a while. So yeah, I think we're about ready to go. I don't know how much I'm gonna be looking at the chat, honestly, guys. I'm gonna try and look like kind of periodically, but like I said, I don't want this to be that long, so like I don't want it to be over an hour, right? I just kind of want to go through it, see what it is, talk about each of the shows maybe a little bit, decide what the most anticipated are, and that's how these things go. So yeah. Haven't heard your voice in a while, and then saw this perfect timing, right? Perfect timing. That's awesome. Yeah, I need to do some more live streams, man. I know, cause I loved doing it. I really did. But like I said, I don't know if you guys caught the beginning of this, but like I was saying, it's been a while since I streamed because I got like a copyright strike, and then I wasn't able to stream, obviously. And even when I got my streaming rights back, I was so into the groove of like doing pre-recorded videos that I kind of just kept doing that. I just didn't stop. I didn't go back to doing the streams. So yo, Tribal, what's up? What's up, my boy? What's up, my boy? Got Tribal in here. Got a bunch of people in here, man. So yeah, we can all share the excitement of going over the season. So I think we're about ready. I think we're about ready, guys. Like I said, I don't know how much I'm gonna be looking at the chat while we're going over the actual list itself, but maybe after like every 3 series or something, I'll look at the chat or something like that. We'll see though. We'll see how it goes. So The first one we have here is from Project Number 9. It's called Dokyu Hentai. I'm assuming that's supposed to be Heroes. I think that's supposed to be Heroes. I'm just going to say Heroes. It says the story of the series follows Reto Enjo, a high school student who joins the superhero team Heroes in order to combat the dreaded Kisei Mushi, a race of alien invaders that feeds off the collective libidos of the human race. Really, that's what you feed off of. That's what you. Honestly, I mean, if this was the 2015 me where I was only watching High School DxD, Data Live, and shows like that, I'd be like, hell yeah, you already know I'm watching this, right? Like, this is right up my alley. My tastes and preferences in anime over the years have changed, though, and I'm not that same boy I was then, you know? Although it does sound pretty generic, maybe this could be some fun, you know? Maybe the ecchi's pretty good. If the ecchi's good, I would definitely be down to watch it. I'm probably still going to check it out regardless, honestly. But this definitely seems like, I already saw some of you guys saying in the chat, this seems like it's going to be maybe like a guilty pleasure type of series, you know. Maybe they surprise us with something. I'm not really sure, but man, out of anything you could feed off of, you feed off the libidos of the humans. Awesome. I'm gonna say maybe on that one. You know what? I honestly, well, I just know myself. I know myself. Like, I'm just gonna say I'm watching it because when I see a series like this, it, like I said, it brings me back to those roots, kind of, I guess you would say. So it's just inevitable that I end up checking it out one way or another, you know. So we'll try it out. We'll try it out. We'll try it out, I guess. Um, okay, let's see. Next up, we have Fire Force Season 2. I don't really think I have to say much about this one, honestly. I did, reaction to the Season 2 trailer, and I definitely plan to watch Fire Force, the second season of it, and react to it as well. Say what you want about Fire Force. I mean, personally, I had a really fun time with it. Is it the greatest thing ever? No, but it's not even the worst thing ever by any means. It's pretty good. It's pretty solid in my opinion, and I'm really excited to see what we're gonna have with the second season. I think we have 2 more cours because it initially planned for it to be 4 cours. So yeah, we have like 24, 25 more episodes coming with Fire Force. We got new Adola Burst users apparently. Yeah, we still got the whole thing with Show obviously. So yeah, I'm really excited for more Fire Force, of course. And David Production is announcing more anime and stuff. It's kind of pushing back. I feel like it's pushing back JoJo Part 6 because I think they just announced like a volleyball series and they got like Cells at Work. So they have a lot of other things kind of on their plate right now before we ever get more JoJo. So for people looking, for more JoJo anytime soon, I honestly don't think it's coming. Like, it might not even come, maybe 2021, excuse me. I'm not really sure. But yeah, I'm saying for the announcement 2021. So the anime, I don't know, maybe the anime end of 2021, early 2022. Like, that's what I'm shooting for. It might even be longer than that. I'm not really sure, honestly, but David Production has a lot on their plate right now, and JoJo's kind of, I guess they're not really focusing on JoJo right now. But who knows? Behind the scenes, they could be. Honestly, you never know. 2022 at best. Are we kind of in agreement on that? Yeah, 2022 sounds realistic, I'd say, because they got Fire Force Season 2. They have that volleyball one they announced, which I'm kind of curious on how that's going to be. I mean, it's David Production, so, I mean, they got Cells at Work, so they have a lot of other things they're kind of focusing on right now before JoJo. So I think 2022 is sort of realistic. David has like 12 animes on the works on their list. Really? Okay, so there's more I'm not even like thinking of off the top of my head then right now. um, okay, so next up we have Lapis Relights from Yokohama Animation Lab. We don't really have, well, we don't have any information to kind of go off of. It's a music series though, so I'm assuming this is like an idol girls show, which honestly, typically these aren't my kinds of shows. It has to, like, I don't know, something about it has to kind of like stand out to me, or there has to be something that kind of catches my attention. Like Rayview Starlight was like an idol girl show, but it was kind of unique. Like, it just had this different kind of vibe with it. You know what I'm saying? That was one that I could kind of get into. That was one that I could watch. Macross. Like Macross, you got mechs fighting while idol girls are singing, like that type of shit. I can get down with that. But if it's just a straight up like girls singing, like there has to be something like there, there has to be something else there that kind of grabs me, which it doesn't seem like that's really there, but I can't really go off of anything. So I'm gonna say no for now, but it's most likely gonna be a no. I probably won't check it out to be honest. And I haven't really. I don't know if this is based off of like it says it's an original, but sometimes these things are like based off of like games or something like that. But maybe this actually is just like a straight up original. So I'm gonna say no on that for now, though. Next up we have. Hopefully the lighting isn't getting too bad in here. By the way, okay, we're good. I just wanted to make sure because the lighting sometimes gets kind of weird in here. Um, Next up we have the Misfit of Demon Academy. History's strongest demon king reincarnates and goes to school with his descendants. Man, these long titles, man. These long titles. I tell you, there's some long ones. This may be one of the longest. What is the? I need to know what the Japanese name is. Maybe I don't want to know what the Japanese name is because my goodness, the English name is a mouthful, right? From Silverlink though, Silverlink. If you guys are not familiar, Silverlink does a lot of these like Demon King, Magic, high school light novel adaptations. So this is another one of those. It says, despite their appetite for destruction, even Demon Kings tire of all the blood and chaos sometimes. When Anoth reincarnates in the hopes of a more peaceful life, he ends up going to school with his descendants in his old castle 2,000 years later. But with magic on its last legs in this era, no one is able to assess Anoth's true power. So, like, magic is kind of like. Magic is probably still crazy, I feel like, in the time period, in the present, but I feel like just 2,000 years ago when I guess this guy was maybe at his prime or something, right? Or where he's from, it was probably insane. Like Magic was probably insane. Magic's probably still crazy in the present time, and maybe some of these other characters will show that off. But yeah, he's obviously going to be like OP as shit. You're right. I think we all know this. I'm kind of curious though. What we're going to get. It seems like he's I don't even. I think he's surrounded by a bunch of girls in the visual. I don't see any other dudes in there. They're kind of like blocked off. But it looks like Silverlink in these light novel adaptations, they're kind of hit or miss for me. Although there have been some lately I've actually enjoyed with them. I gotta say, and I feel like Silverlink, this is kind of their bread and butter, right? This is just what they're used to. They're probably some of the best at doing these kinds of adaptations, I would say. And I mean, I'll probably end up checking this one out. I don't know if you guys. It's based off a light novel. I've actually haven't heard much about the novels for this, but just call it Demon King Academy. There we go. There we go. It seems like it's a harem. It seems like it is potentially, but we see a lot of these series. Demon King has girls surrounding him, right? Like we see a lot of these. So it doesn't seem like it's nothing new, but we'll have to see. I just checked the wiki and holy crap, the Romaji name is long. I bet. I mean, because like I said, the English name is even a mouthful. Oh yeah, by the way, someone just asked the name of the site. It's AniChart, AniChart.net. It's kind of cool. Like I've always talked about, like because AniChart is kind of connected with AniList, which I use AniList now instead of my anime list. But what's cool about this is you can kind of like go in the bottom right here, and you can kind of just say like if you're watching it, maybe or not, which I think is pretty cool. Silverlink is a hit or miss, yeah. Rakudai, man, I need a second. Oh, I freaking loved Rakudai, dude. I need another season of that. Like, freaking the Asterix War got another season, which this remember those were airing at the same time, and a lot of people were comparing them and whatnot. Asterix War got a second season. I feel like Rakudai deserves one too. Which Asterix War season 2 is actually much better than season 1, in my opinion. I need another season of Rakudai though. I need another season of that shit. That shit was good. It was definitely good. I miss that series, dude. I miss Stella. And I miss Icky too. I miss both of them. Um, Glad we're all in agreement about Rakudai too. It's good to see Rakudai fans out here because Rakudai doesn't get talked about much anymore. I feel like honestly. Next up, yo, we got the God of High School, man. I've done, I think, 2 trailer reactions to this one. So you guys kind of already know if you've watched those trailer reactions. I'm watching the series. I mean, you already know, definitely. I'm going to be reacting to it as well. The action in it, the way it's animated, and like the choreography, whew, dude, it looks so freaking good. Though I'm really interested in, because the action is definitely something that obviously probably grabs all of our attentions, but like I'm interested in like the ways they fight, the techniques, their abilities, because they said something about the gods giving them powers. Also like what their motivations or like their ambitions are. The main character, we kind of already know he wants to he wants to fight. Excuse me, he wants to fight stronger people. I think the one guy like lost like his parent or something like that, or his parent was on like we saw like one of his parents on the deathbed. So all these characters like have kind of like their different reasonings. It feels like, and I feel like, and I've heard there is a lot more to it than just them fighting and duking it out tournament style. So. Um, I'm really excited for this one, though. I honestly am. It actually just got announced that it's going to be 12 episodes, too. I don't know if you guys saw that. But people were, like, theorizing from the newest trailer. They were like, oh, this is going to be 24, 25 episodes if they included that in there. But they confirmed that it's 12 episodes. So I'm just like, ooh. I hope they're not rushing it, I hope they're not. I hope the pacing is, which that's probably been people's biggest complaint with Tower of God is the pacing. So I hope this doesn't kind of suffer the same thing with that, which I'm still enjoying Tower of God. Obviously, don't get me wrong, but um, hopefully there's not a pacing issue here. We'll have to kind of wait and see. Obviously, I have no idea. I don't read the source material. That'll be for some of you guys, we'll definitely know right when the time comes. So yeah, I just saw it was from I think it was from Spy True. I think Spy True tweeted it out, which Spy True is like a part of the like Moetron Air News, like the anime news stuff. So yeah, you could probably see it on Reddit too. It got announced for 12 or 13 episodes. It was 12 or 13. I know it was one core, but I was like, oh wow, people are gonna be kind of surprised probably about that because they were assuming it was 24 or 25 because of which it makes sense. It makes sense that it's going to be 12 episodes now that I think about it, because this director is working on he's working on Jujutsu Kaisen in the fall. The same director of God of High School is working on Jujutsu Kaisen in the fall. So so it makes sense that it's going to be only 12 episodes, because if it was longer, he'd be working on two shows at once, right? He'd be working on God of High School, and he would be working on Jujutsu Kaisen in the fall. So it makes sense. I didn't even really think about that when people were telling me, oh, it's going to be 24 or 25 episodes, but yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. But if this does well, like how Tower of God is doing on Crunchyroll, I think we already know, can probably assume that another season of Tower of God is coming. Crunchyroll seems pretty dedicated to this whole originals thing that they have going, and Tower of God's doing really good for them. I'm gonna say this will probably do really good for them as well, honestly. So if they're doing well, they'll get new seasons. They'll get new seasons. So I'm not really worried. I'm not really worried, honestly. I feel like what they're trying to do though is they're putting out like one core and testing the waters with it, seeing how people are going to see it, right? See how people are going to perceive the series, if it's actually something that people are going to be into. And I think Tower of God has proven that people are into into it. So yeah. So yeah, definitely watching God of High School, definitely doing reactions to it. Next up, we have Muyo and Roji's Bureau of Supernatural Investigation Season 2, which I actually never finished the first season, so I won't be watching. Didn't Studio Bones animate Season 1, or am I tripping? I thought Bones animated Season 1. I might be tripping, but I don't remember. But I remember watching a few episodes of Season 1, and it wasn't bad. It wasn't good either, in my opinion. It was just kind of like middle of the pack. It was kind of average, and there was nothing really that kind of grabbed me with it, so I just didn't continue watching. I was probably watching a bunch of other things at the time, and I just couldn't be bothered to continue. So but if you guys are keeping up with the series, if you like it, obviously you've got to be happy it's getting another season, I would imagine. Next up, dude, hey, do I even have to say anything? I could leave my chair right now and just have this chair sitting here, and you guys would know what it is, man. You guys would know what it is. I don't even have to say anything, man, about this. Like, can we just go on to the next one? Oh my gosh, man. Season 2 of that ReZero God Sauce, man. The best, I don't care, the best isekai series I've ever watched. 100%. Like, I would just say it's the best general, but I know how people will get about that. Oh, it's not the best, blah, blah, blah. It's the damn best, in my opinion. It's the damn best from what I've seen, so far. I'm just, we got Arc 4, which apparently is longer than Arcs 1 through 3 combined. That's nuts. And I mean, we have what? 2 more cores coming. I know they're splitting it up, which I'm like, dang, I would love to have all those episodes at once. At least it's coming, man. At least it's coming. And from that trailer, that newest trailer, dude, the whole thing with Rem, a lot of these new characters that we're gonna get into. I've heard that Amelia has a lot of shine in where we're going to as well with ReZero. It's gonna feel like spring 2016 all over again, man. It is going to it is going to feel like 2016 all over again in a way, honestly. Do you like tea? Chill with that. Chill with that tea, man. That girl's sipping the tea, dude. I cannot wait to get more on her and see what's going on with that, man. And a lot of these new characters as well. I'm definitely really excited for a lot of these new faces. They voiced Akamoto for Nobuhiko Akamoto, who is the voice actor of like Accelerator, Bakugo, right? He's one of my favorite VAs of all time. They casted him. I think the dude's name is Garfield, if I remember correctly. I think he's blonde hair, but he's like inside the crystal with Subaru in them. Akamoto is voicing that dude. I'm really looking forward to that dude, honestly. That's one of the main reasons, but he does look pretty dope too, I gotta say. But yeah, I really didn't have to say anything. You guys know what it is. ReZero Season 2, the greatness, man. It's about damn time. It's gonna be here in 14 days. I think it comes out on the 8th of July on Crunchyroll. Let's go. Let's go. You know what it is. My most anticipated, without a doubt, most anticipated of the summer season. I can already say that. Now I don't have to go into anything else. I can say that for sure, 100%. Man, it's been 4 years, dude. It's been 4 years. It's been 4 years. Next up, we have Decadence, which I did a trailer reaction to this. If you guys aren't looking out for this series, I highly recommend you look into it. Honestly, it has like this, like it's a sci-fi adventure series. Apparently, there's gonna be a lot of action as well. It kind of reminds me of Gurren Lagann in some ways. I mean, with this series, people have kind of retreated to the sky. They're like in a sky fortress, and they've had to leave the ground because of like these life forms. I think they're called the Gadol. Yeah, they're called the Gadol. So in Gurren Lagann, you have people who were forced underground because of what was above ground, right? So I'm assuming what they're gonna do is that maybe these people who are up in the sky are somehow trying to come down and fight these things on the ground potentially, or hey, maybe they come up to them. I'm not really sure, but you have the director of Mob Psycho 100, Yuzuru Tachikawa, directing this series. You have great staff on here. It's an original. We don't know what to expect. It seems really fascinating, though. The world itself seems really fascinating, kind of what's going on. I mean, you have this giant fortress in the air, like some Howl's Moving Castle type shit, right? But it's not like Ghibli, obviously. But I mean, that's what it's a giant fortress in the sky. So, I mean, yeah. But a lot of like the weaponry and like the equipment they showed off in the trailer. It looks really cool to me. And I definitely want to check this out. I definitely plan to react to it as well. It seems like a series that's personally right up my alley, honestly. But yeah, I mean, if you like, I'm not gonna say if you like Mob, watch this. But if you like the direction style, if you like how like Mob is directed, I would give this a shot because it's the same director. You have staff from like Death Parade, Mob on here. You have really good staff on here. That's all I'm gonna say. You guys can look into it more if you want. I've looked into it a little bit, but this series, I'm telling you guys, is something to look out for. I wouldn't sleep on this one. Could it flop? Could it be bad? I mean, yeah, it could. Obviously, you never know with the originals and stuff, but I feel like with the premise, the trailer, what the trailer showed off, the staff, kind of a collection of those things. I think it looks pretty promising. Honestly, I think it does. So I'm gonna check that one out. No Guns Life season 2, man. Did you guys watch season 1? Did you guys watch season 1? I watched like the first couple episodes. The first episode or two was like pretty good to me. Like I actually was really digging the series. But then it was so weird, dude. It was like episodes like 3, 4, and 5 somewhere in there. It just kind of just fell off for me. I just like completely lost interest. It was so weird, dude. I just stopped watching and I never continued. I don't know. Is it actually worth picking it back up and trying to finish it or not? Because I fell off so quickly with it. It lost my interest like that. Like it was so weird because I loved the beginning of it. I loved like the first or second episode and then I just like fell off. I don't know. I don't know what it was. But I probably won't if I do pick it up again, I most likely won't be caught up for the new season. So for now I'm going to have to say no. But the thing that I'm most excited for with No Guns Life Season 2, hear me out. It's not even the show itself, it's the music. Because Gene Ken Johnny, the main vocalist for Man with a Mission, is doing the OP, I think it's the OP, with Hiroyuki Sawano producing the song, like, for him. So it's his vocals over a Sawano track, like over so that's just like that's what I'm most excited for. I'm most excited for that song itself. Gene Kenjani and Hiroyuki Sawano. My God, that's a scary collab, man. It is a scary duo, I gotta say. So most of you guys are saying you haven't watched it or yeah, or you didn't really like it. So maybe it's not worth picking back up. I don't know, man. All right, next up. Hold on. Next up, this is just like the ReZero. This is just like the ReZero situation, man. This is just like the like. Do I even have to say anything? This still doesn't even feel real, by the way. Like it still doesn't even feel real that this is happening. I've actually reacted to both the seasons on my channel, but that was like what 2 years ago. It's felt like a long time, honestly. But Oregairu season 3, the last season, man, the last season, the finale, right? The climax or whatever you want to say. It's about to be here. It's about to be here, dude, and I'm so excited for it. I'm actually in the process of rewatching it because I kind of wanted to, be fresh going into the final season because I've actually finished season 1 on my rewatch and I still need to watch season 2 and I'm gonna watch season 2 here obviously soon before the season gets here because I've been rewatching it, reliving the series, but I'm really excited to see what we're gonna have in season 3. It's probably not gonna be good. It's for my emotions. Obviously it's gonna be great. I just feel like there's no way it's gonna be great. But in terms, it's not gonna be good for my emotional state. For sure. Depending on how things play out, you know what I'm saying? Especially with how season 2 ended. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. But you already know. I don't really have to say anything. I know I said something anyway, but we're watching it. We're watching it, reacting to it. It may not really be necessarily a series that's people would deem reaction worthy. I feel like it is. Just because because of the characters. But Oregairu, in a way, is more of a series like I feel like is better to kind of watch on your own and take it all in. But I'm still gonna be reacting to it anyway because I feel like me, if I wasn't reacting to it, I would probably pick up on a lot more things with the series or just with series kind of like this in general. But there are some reaction-worthy moments, I would say, just from the 2 seasons I watched, whether it was like the comedy moments or it was like emotional breakdowns or whatever it was. You know what I'm saying? But I plan to react to it. I reacted to the first 2 seasons, so right? Why wouldn't I? That would be terrible if I didn't react to the to the 3rd season, the final season at that. So yeah, well, how long has the wait been for this? How long has the wait been for this? The wait for this has been, oh, man, it's been longer than the ReZero wait, hasn't it? If I remember correctly off the top of my head. So it's been about the same, probably a little bit longer than ReZero. 5 years, man. Jeez, jeez. And then like this is the same thing for ReZero. It was almost here, right? It was like it was in our grasps, and then it got delayed. But now it's in our grasps again. Oh man. But yeah, you know we're watching that greatness. Next up we have Uzaki-chan wa Asobitai. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. I'm sorry if I'm not. I'm not. I'm I'm okay, but sometimes I'm bad with these kinds of things. I think it's called like Uzaki-chan wants to play or something along those lines. Isn't that what it's called? I think. Which hasn't this girl like she wears that shirt? She wears the shirt. I forget what it says on it. I forget what the shirt says on it, but I saw it so much on Twitter. I saw the shirt for some reason and her so much on Twitter, and she has big opie. She has big opie. So yeah, I'm not sure even what the shirt says, but I know I've saw this a lot on Twitter. I've saw her a lot on Twitter. I love the blue eyes, by the way, man. I love the blue eyes on her. Um, Sugoi Dekai. Yeah, that's what it is. That's what the shirt says. Which this kind of reminds me because I think what it is she's kind of like she's very like energetic. She kind of like wants to play around a lot or like teases a lot. This kind of reminds me of like Takagi in a way, but obviously like more mature. Like probably the jokes are more mature, you would say. Like, but it seems like this girl is always teasing the main guy or whatever. So it kind of reminds me of that in a way, but I don't know. There's a romance tag there, so I don't know if they actually like there's actually a relationship or something. This might be the start of a beautiful relationship, is what it says. Now they could just mean like a general relationship, but I mean, yeah, she definitely seems like she's the teasing type. She has the big opie. I mean, yeah, man. This seems like it could be some fun. Like I said, it kind of reminds me of Takagi, like maybe a more mature esque Takagi-san in a way, I guess. It's more comedy, but in college. Okay, okay. So is my comparison kind of accurate? I guess. Isn't this show supposed to be kind of like Nagatoro? Isn't that yeah? That I've saw the this. Did that get an anime announced? I don't think they got an anime announced yet, but I've saw that, people talk about that series as well in the manga for that. If Isekai Quartet 3 comes out, are you gonna be Hell yeah! Come on now. Especially now that I'm watching Yojo Senki. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Even if I didn't watch Yojo Senki, I would be reacting to that. You already know. But yeah, I'll be watching this. I feel like maybe I'll react to it as well. Like at least do a first impressions. I don't want to say I'm gonna do it for the whole series. Hey, maybe I end up enjoying it so much that I'm like, okay, I actually will stick with this. But I mean, I hope the ecchi's good. I hope the comedy's good. We'll have to wait and see for that, obviously. But you guys are saying pretty good things about it, so I'm kind of excited. It sounds kind of in the same vein as like yeah, Takagi, Nagatoro, those types of series. So yeah, next up we have Rent a Girlfriend, which I did a trailer reaction to this as well. You'll let the war begin. With this one, in today's Japan, rental services can deliver an afternoon with a friend, a parent, even a fake girlfriend. After a staggering betrayal by his girlfriend, hapless freshman Kazuya gets just desperate enough to give it a try. But he quickly discovers how complicated it can be to rent an emotional connection, and his new girlfriend, who's trying to keep her side hustle secret, will panic when she finds out her real life and Kazuya's are intertwined in surprising ways. Family, school, and life all start to go wrong. I was already saying just from the trailer that the girl second from the right, I forget what her name is. I think it was like, was it Chizuru or something like that? I forget what her name was, but the girl second from the right in the visual, I was like, okay, that's the girl he's renting, I believe. But she's the one who came into his life when, from the trailer, this is how the trailer made it out to be. She came into his life when this man was at his lowest. You know, the girl broke up with him, and then she came into his life. He rented her. So what they're going for, it seems like, is that they develop feelings for each other. Even though he's renting her out, they probably develop feelings for each other. There's other girls there as well. Who's going to be the best one? I kind of already have my pick, but it's really early on, so I guess it could change. But This seems like it could be some fun. This honestly, like I think I said this in the trailer reaction. It seems like it could be some fun. And I definitely plan to watch it. And I even think I said in my trailer reaction, which I'm gonna say now again, is that I'll probably react to this one too. Honestly, if she breathes, which like people were telling me that actually some of the things that they go into this series may kind of surprise you with some like how deep they can kind of get with some of the like the material that they kind of tackle in here, which I hope there is some of that. I hope there is some of that, you know? Because I was saying the MC looks kind of generic. Like we're not gonna really care about the MC. It's all about the girls. I was saying that, and then people were telling me, hey, you might actually be surprised about the MC every now and again. But yeah, he's generic for the most part. But yeah, I'm gonna give it a try. I'll probably give it a. It might be like the same kind of situation as the Uzaki-chan one. Even though honestly, I'm probably more looking out for Rent a Girlfriend, and I'm more likely to do reactions to that one. I'm gonna probably give both of them a shot in terms of like reactions. Honestly, we'll have to wait and see, though for that. It's garbage. Yeah, like people are gonna be mixed on it. I already know. I can definitely tell. That's just how these kinds of series are usually. The girls are fine except from a certain one. The one who's garbage has to be the girl who dumped him, right? And then tried to come back into his life. That has to be the one who's trash. Like 100%. Like how you going to dump the man? We don't know the circumstances why she did or whatever happened, but and then you try to come back into his life maybe when you saw him that he was doing good or something. You saw he had a girl even though he rented her out and then you wanted to come back into his life maybe? Like come on now. But dude, another thing, the voice acting is stacked for this series. For the girls, man, they got like some of the best VAs you could get for a girl on this series. The casting is ridiculous, which I'm really excited for that. Definitely. All right, so next up we got Sword Art Online War. Excuse me, I don't know what just happened right there. That was probably loud. Maybe it wasn't. Sword Art Online Alicization War of Underworld Part 2. Yo, say what you freaking want about SAO, dude, but from Alicization to where we are in the present right now with SAO, that shit's been gas, dude. That shit has been amazing. Like probably a big part in it is that Kirito is in this potato state, and these other characters have kind of came to the forefront and have kind of shined. You know what I'm saying? Yu-Gi-Oh, Alice more so with War of Underworld, obviously Yu-Gi-Oh. The duo with Yu-Gi-Oh and Kirito and it just felt like a breath of fresh air with Alicization. Even for Kirito, I would say in a lot of ways. But Yu-Gi-Oh and Alice coming into the series was probably the best thing that's like happened to SAO so far, in my opinion. Honestly. And I mean, Alicization to now, like I said, has been phenomenal, dude. War of Underworld was so fucking good. And this is the last part of Alicization. This is where it's all about to go down. We got Asuna coming in, the goddess Stacia. We got, Sinon coming in. We got everyone coming in. Kirito's probably going to awaken soon. This shit, whew, this shit is probably going to be so fucking good, man. And I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Because, like I said, SAO, starting with Alicization, has felt like a breath of fresh air, man. It's just, like, had this totally different... Like, there's still a lot of the things that make SAO what it is there, but I don't know. It's just something different. It's just something different about Alicization that I don't know. I've been enjoying Sword Art more than ever. Like honestly, more than Aincrad, more than Aincrad, which I love Aincrad. Like honestly, but yeah, greatness, dude. And I'm really excited for the second half of War of Underworld and to see how everything's gonna play out. Now that we're getting a lot of people in here, you know what I'm saying? Like Asta, Sinon, I think Sugu even is getting involved. Like everyone's getting involved, dude. Everyone. Oh man. The problem is that I need to watch two more trash seasons before even getting to Alicization. It's the yeah. I mean, I get that. I get that. Me personally, I like Aincrad the most. Like from the first two seasons of SAO. Honestly, like Fairy Dance is probably my least favorite, I would say. It's kind of hard to say. Um, I like probably Mother's Rosario second, honestly. And then like I wasn't too big on GGO. Me personally, I wasn't too big on GGO. I know a lot of people like GGO, um, but I wasn't that big of a fan for GGO. It was pretty much Aincrad, and then from Fairy Dance to Mother's Rosario, I just wasn't really that big of a fan. When I look back, like when I first watched it, I was like, dude, this shit's great. But now when I go back and look at those things, I'm like, okay, this shit wasn't even really that good. But I would probably say Mother's Rosario would be behind Aincrad for me, honestly. And then GGO and Fairy Dance, I don't even know. Like, what I think it was called Fairy Dance, wasn't it? The second part of season one. I don't even remember, but um, whatever. But yeah, I understand where you're coming from with that, saying you have to get through some trash to get to the good shit. I mean, Ordinal Scale was good in my opinion. I really liked Ordinal Scale. So that's really what started, I guess. Ordinal Scale into Alicization, and then where we're at now. Like so I would say probably from Ordinal Scale to where we're at now has been freaking phenomenal, dude. So, but hey, if you make it through the first two seasons of Sword Art, which I think you could, honestly. Um, you're getting to some pretty damn good stuff, in my opinion, at least, like with Ordinal Scale and Alicization and all of that. Which, I mean, in the first two seasons of SAO, even though the story and some shit with the characters may piss you off, I mean, the production value is still there, the music is still there. There's still some like pretty solid moments, I would say. But whatever. We're not going to talk too much more about SAO, but just know if you guys are not watching SAO anymore and you're listening to Mother's Basement or whatever, Digibro or whoever the hell it is, Alicization lately has been, or just Sword Art in general, has been great. So that's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. All right. So next up, next up we got Monster Musume no Oisha-san. Um, Man, how long has it been now that I think about it, since we had like I've always called Monster Musume Monster Musume, so now what am I supposed to call it? Because this is Monster Musume too. I don't know, but when I say Monster Musume, the OG Monster Musume, you know what I'm talking about. It's been what? It has to be like 5 or 6 years since we had that, and I freaking loved that series, dude. I loved that series. I don't know if I'm gonna like this one as much though, but obviously you have Monster Girls again. In the town of Lindworm, where monsters and humans coexist, Dr. Glenn runs an exemplary medical clinic for monster girls with his Lamia assistant, Safi? Safi? Whether receiving a marriage proposal by a centaur injured in battle, palpating the injury of a mermaid, or suturing the delicate wounds. I've never even heard, like, I probably have heard that word before, saw that word before, but the delicate wounds of a flesh golem, Dr. Glenn performs his job with grace and confidence. But when an unsavory character seeks to steal a harpy egg, how will the unflappable Dr. Glenn respond? These things always get like with the harpy eggs, dude. With what was her name, Pappy in the OG Monster Musume? Like they always do some weird shit with the eggs, man. Like interspecies reviewers, like so this series will probably have that too. It seems like there's gonna be ecchi content as well. I don't know. It does seem very similar to the OG Monster Musume. I don't know how similar they actually are, but it does. It does obviously have that feeling or vibe to it. Honestly, so. What the hell is that description? You got monster girls, man. You got which I don't know if it's gonna be as graphic and as like kind of raunchy. I don't know if you would say raunchy. Yeah, I guess you could describe it as raunchy, erotic. The original like the OG Monster Musume, like that shit was pretty graphic. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if this is gonna be like on that level, but it does seem like there's a lot of similarities, I would say. We need a season two. We definitely need I don't know how it hasn't got a season two yet, man. I honestly don't know how. It's been what 5 years? I think it aired in 2015 or 2016. I want to say it's been a while, man. I'll probably try this out. I think it could be fun. I'm not expecting it to be on like Monster Musume level though, from back in the couple years ago. But there could be some enjoyment here. I'm kind of curious to see who I'm going to like. Just some of the girls, like when they're in the monster forms, Like it just creeps me out. They honestly, like, some of them just creep me out. Like they make me uncomfortable. That was the same thing with interspecies reviewers. Like some of them, I was like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? Like this is actually like kind of hot. But then, but then like some of them, it's like, okay, this is like actually kind of like turning me off. Like I don't even want to watch this. So we'll see. We'll see what it is. You know. Um, Next up, we have. I don't know if I'm gonna do reactions to that one though. Honestly, by the way, we'll know more so when the season gets here. Next up, we have. How do you even pronounce this? Um, G Gibiate? I honestly don't know. I don't know. Gibiate? I have no idea. It's an original though action series set in 2030 Japan. A virus has infected humans throughout the world. Infected people turn into different forms of monsters based on their ages, sexes, and races. The virus is named Gibia. Gibia. After being rich in variety like Gibia, just then a pair of samurai and ninja appeared in such a blighted wasteland of Japan. They both traveled. Sorry about that. They both traveled from the early Edo period, so they came from the past. Fighting together with help from a doctor who tries to find a cure for the Gibia, facing ceaseless attacks from Gibias. I'm saying Gibias like every line, I feel like. It outlaws that attack travelers for food. They start the dangerous journey with enemies all around. Okay, it does kind of sound interesting. It's an original. We don't really know what to expect. I've never heard of the studios, honestly. I mean, I don't know. Set in 2030, so kind of set in the future, a little bit into the future. You know, you have apparently characters coming from the past. I don't know, man. I don't know. This one doesn't say when it's airing though either. I don't think, does it? It's airing July 15th. Oh, okay, okay. I'm gonna say maybe for this one. Honestly, I feel like this could be a hit or miss. I honestly, I don't really know what to expect. It sounds kind of like a, I don't want to say generic, but it definitely does sound like, what does this remind me of? It reminds me of that one series with that guy Hank. What was that series called? What was the series called with the dude named Hank? And he turned into like a beast. What was that freaking series called? Again. Kind of reminds me of that series. If anyone knows what I'm talking about, it just got an anime kind of recently. The main dude was Hank. He was a big dude. He turned into like a beast. What was that series called? That's what this reminds me of, though. If anyone knows, that's what this kind of series reminds me of, I guess. The Abandoned Beast. Yeah, the Sacred Abandoned Beast or whatever it's called. That's kind of what this, to the Abandoned Sacred Beast. That's kind of what this like reminds me of. I don't know how similar they actually are or not, but I don't know, man. This seems like a toss-up. This seems like a toss-up to me, honestly, just from the sound of it, the look of it. I'll have to like probably look more into like watching the preview maybe or something like that, looking more into the staff. But this is kind of a toss-up. This is kind of a toss-up, I'd say. Not that similar. Maybe I'm off then. But yeah, either way, this one kind of seems like a toss-up to me, a hit or miss. So we'll say maybe, honestly, for it. Next up, we have Koi 2 producer Evil X Love from Studio Mappa, based off a game. A girl inherits a company that is almost bankrupt from her late father. Lacking the funds, she must now become the producer herself in order to save the company from collapse. During her work, she meets 4 boys: financial expert Zen, the idol Kira, police officer Haku, and leading neuroscientist Simon, and is suddenly involved with conspiracies and mysteries over the existence of special powers known as evil, based on the paper game's Otome dating simulation. So this is more so aimed for the ladies. This is more so aimed for the ladies, I would say. Although I'm not saying men can enjoy it, but this is definitely a series aimed for the ladies, 100%. I mean, these guys though have all different kinds of occupations, and apparently they're coming together. This personally isn't a series that really interests me. Probably something I won't watch. But hey, this is definitely aimed for the ladies, and maybe the ladies will enjoy it. Maybe some of you guys will enjoy it. Hey, I'm not saying you can't, but it's Mappa though too. So you got Mappa on it. Hey, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I don't know anything about the video game, by the way, honestly. Next up, we have Ninja Collection, a Yami Shibai spin-off series, which I haven't actually watched any of Yami Shibai. The new Ninja Collection anime will retain the urban legend and horror elements, but will center on the Tokushu Ninja group. I probably won't watch this, honestly, because I haven't watched any Yami Shibai. I know it's a spin-off, and I probably could watch this on its own, but honestly, Yami Shibai just never interested me. So I feel like if that didn't interest me, then this wouldn't interest me, to be honest, to be fair. See, so that's actually the TV series already wrapped up. So there was maybe like what 15 to 20 there. So now we're gonna go into the shorts. This is a sequel. I don't even. Super Normal Studio. That is a great name, dude. This is a great studio. That's a great studio name. The surreal gag anime about female junior high school students who, along with mysterious creatures, attended junior high set in the real Kashiwa town. Together, loosely conveying the charm of Kashiwa with contents. Oh, okay, so this is like one of those series where they kind of make it to promote the town, like for tourism or something like that. It's a sequel though, and I haven't watched the original, so I'm gonna say no. I was just kind of reading that to see maybe like if it would interest me, which I guess it kind of does. I mean, it's a short too, so I mean it wouldn't take that long to watch. So hey, maybe I check out the original eventually. Probably won't happen anytime soon, but. Next up, we have Umayan, which is, this is Uma Musume, like a little chibi thing for it, which this series, I don't know if you guys know, but this thing sold like hotcakes in Japan. This is like one of the best selling, when did this air? Was it 2019, 2018? But it was like up there in the sales. It was up there in the sales. I know this series was, so I'm not even surprised that it's getting more stuff. Has another season been announced for it? That I feel like if it hasn't, that'll come sometime soon, honestly. But I mean, this right here, I'm not surprised that it's getting something like this. To be completely honest, will I watch it personally? No, but I'm not surprised it's getting something like this because this series is like a big thing in Japan. It's really big. Like the sales for it, I remember seeing them. I was mind blown. I was like, this sold like crazy, and I was not expecting that. Okay. So next up, we have Peter Grill to Kenja no Jikan, which what I want to say about this is that it's airing on three different like stations. Well, it's airing on a bunch of different stations, I believe, but it's airing on ATX, which ATX is usually like where a series will air like uncensored at. Like say if a series is normally like censored, ATX will have broadcasts where where it's uncensored. Like that was where High School DxD and other series, right? But for High School DxD, it aired on ATX and it was uncensored on there, and I always had to wait for the uncensored because I didn't watch it censored. So this is airing on ATX, so it's gonna have an uncensored version. I would imagine it's gonna be uncensored. The original version will probably be censored, but it has two different versions, I think, on ATX. Like there's one version, I forget what it is called, but it has like, what could the other version be? If the one version is uncensored and they show everything, then what could the other version be? Like honestly, like is it hentai? Like or what? I have no idea. But I don't know if this is gonna be on like interspecies reviewers level of like just like how erotic and how graphic it is, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like not even in terms of the content, but I feel in terms of like people memeing it, maybe it could. I don't want to say it's gonna be on interspecies reviewers level because interspecies reviewers are just on another level in terms of people talking about it and memeing it. Thanks in big part to Nux Taku. But it says the story centers on the titular protagonist, the adventurer Peter Grill, the strongest man in the world. While he has a girlfriend named Luvilia, who he's sworn to spend the rest of his life with, Luvilia still believes that babies are delivered by storks. Really? Really? And in the 2 years since the relationship began, Peter and Luvilia has not progressed beyond even holding hands. In the meantime, various other women, such as two ogre twins and an elf, so you have a bunch of different monster girls, beings, or whatever you want to say, all different kinds of tropes for anime girls, all want him so that they can bear strong children. Peter has to avoid all manner of temptation and plots, all while feeling guilty towards Luvilia. This girl thinks babies are delivered by storks. She belonged to the streets. She belonged to the streets, man. And what is wrong with this girl? He needs to get rid of this girl, man. But Yeah, this seems well out there. This definitely seems out there, dude, and I'm here for it. Say what you want about me, but um, this definitely seems really out there. I don't know if it's gonna be like I said on that interspecies reviewers type level, but it definitely seems like something that could be pretty entertaining. And I'm not saying it's gonna be like actually good in terms of the content, but it could probably be entertaining. I feel like it could probably be entertaining. I'm not gonna react to it or anything like that, but for the culture, man, we'll check it out. Um, but yeah, I'm still like I said, I'm still curious why this is airing on like on ATX. It's gonna be uncensored. It's gonna have an uncensored version, but there's gonna be like another version too besides that. So there's gonna be like a censored and uncensored, and then there's gonna be something else apparently. Who knows what the hell that's gonna be? Who knows what the hell that's gonna be? Get up, get live. Not gonna watch that. I don't even know what this is. Chibi Short to the yeah. I'm not gonna watch it honestly, but it looks kind of cute. I guess I don't know. That's what I say about all the chibi things. I feel like oh this looks cute. Uh, Next up we have is this like Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends or something? Like what is this? What is this? This looks like something I'd watch on like Cartoon Network like 10 years ago or something, you know? Oh my god. This does kind of give me like Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends vibes though, but we're not watching it. Come on. Leftovers now. Bakugan. I'm not watching any Bakugan. Mukul Dreamy. I'm not watching. Extra Olympia. Someone told me about this series. I feel like someone definitely told me about this series that, but it just doesn't appeal to me, to be honest. But someone told me about this and actually wanted me to check it out. I forget though what the person said or who it was exactly. Sorry if you're in here and I forgot. What the heck is this? Poco Lies? No. Fruits Basket Greatness. Man, we're gonna have Fruits Basket. Dude, oh shit, that just hit me. We're gonna have Fruits Basket with ReZero and Origairu, man. My emotional state is just my emotional state, dude, is not gonna be right. Cause we already know what ReZero Origairu be doing to our emotions. We know obviously what Fruits Basket does too. So all three of those in the same season? Bro. What the hell? I heard Modal Zushi is getting. I still need to watch that, by the way. It's getting another season. I did hear about that. I honestly don't know when. You know what I'm still waiting for is the King's Avatar. I'm still waiting for more of the King's Avatar. Honestly, I'm still waiting for that. Because I know there was the movie, which I still have to watch that. I don't even know if a translation came out for that yet. The For the Glory movie. I need to rewatch season 1. It's been that long. But King's Avatar was supposed to air this year, I think. Or this summer. Right? So I'm like kind of like I don't even know what's happening with that. I guess it's been delayed or something like that. But I've been waiting. I've been fiending for that King's Avatar season 2, man. I feel like nobody's been talking about that lately. Honestly. Shadowverse I'm not watching. SAO will. I forgot to mention. Yeah, SAO probably will crush my emotional state too. So my emotional state, even though the shows have been thinned down, we're not gonna have as many shows. Dude, Fruits Basket, ReZero, Origairu, SAO. Those 4 equals like, in my eyes, equals like 20 or 30 shows. I mean, damn. Like, honestly, just those 4 for me in general. So yeah, I totally forgot about that. That Fruits Basket is carrying over, man. So we'll have the second core of that. This one's a skip. Movies. Okay, so we could actually go into these a little bit. Shingeki no Kyojin, Attack on Titan Chronicles, the movie that's like compiling all the 3 seasons in one. That's probably gonna be one long ass movie, or they're gonna have to cut out a lot of stuff, honestly. But I hope this gets a translation or comes out in theaters before I can watch season 4. Because how awesome would that be, right? Watching a movie of everything, just to relive that, right? To relive all that greatness in one movie, dude, and to watch it before the next season would come out. I hope that we're able to do it. You know? Oh yeah, Railgun. Railgun is coming back too in July. I forgot about that, dude. Railgun Railgun, Fruits Basket, ReZero, SAO, Origairu, man. Bro. Ah. Yeah, I forgot freaking Railgun is going on to like the month or two break or whatever. Oh, dude. Oh my god. This season is those five equal like 40 shows, man. Those five I just mentioned. Like did I forget SAO? SAO. I think I did say SAO. But dude, holy shit. So even though the season has been thinned down, it's like there's such heavy hitters in there that it feels like we're watching like 30. Next up we have Umabe no Itranger? Are you supposed to? I don't even know how you're supposed to pronounce that. Honestly, based off of manga. 3 years ago, Hashimoto Shun, a gay novelist in the making, met Chibana Mio, a very quiet high school student in Okinawa. Mio had lost both of his two parents and was often sitting on a bench until very late. Watching the sea near Shun's house, they slowly grew closer to one another, but Mio suddenly had to leave the island to pursue his studies. 3 years later, Mio returns to Okinawa. I've been thinking a lot about these last 3 years. Even if he's a man too, I love Shun. Will these two finally be able to take a step together? So it sounds like the one guy is kind of like, I guess, bi-curious or something, or he's trying to like come to understand like how he feels or like what he's feeling about this guy, and then he comes to the realization like this is love, like that's what this is. Um, this comes out in September, I believe. I don't know if this is gonna like come in theaters. If we're, I hope, we get like a translation for it. But you know how these things can go for the movies. It could be years. It could be a lot of months or a year, over a year until you get like a translation for it. But like these types of series like usually don't appeal to me, right? But like Given, I actually really liked Given. That was kind of recent. But shows like Super Lovers, where they're trying to kind of like throw it in your face, you know what I'm saying? Um, like Super. Did I say Super Lovers? I think I said Super Lovers. I'm tripping. Like Super Lovers. That kind of show is not up my alley. Like they just try to like throw it all in your face. You know what I'm saying? Which it doesn't seem like this movie is going to be like that. So and I think it's based off of manga. I don't know if you guys have read the manga or anything like that. It gives me Given vibes. If it's like Given, if it gives it, yeah, I would be down to watch this movie 100%. But I don't know. I forgot to give this the green light, by the way. OCD. This one will be a maybe though, because honestly, I don't know if it'll come to theaters or not, or what's gonna happen to it. Honestly, like if it'll get a translation, like will it be a year after it airs we get a translation? You know how those things can go. So next up we have Beauty Water. This is probably a no. I don't either like. There's what is that visual? It apparently is a horror thriller. Don't even know when it's coming out. It's probably delayed or something. I don't even know. Um, Next up we have Could Wafter, which actually I think this was announced like a long time ago, man, and it's finally coming out apparently. The anime adapts Key's visual novel Could Wafter, which follows the romantic relationship between Riki and I'm not even gonna try and pronounce that. Nomi from the game Little Busters. Okay, all right. I haven't watched Little Busters yet, or played the game or the visual novel or whatever yet, but I've heard good things about Little Busters. I don't know if I would be able to watch this. If I haven't watched Little Busters, it would probably be ideal that I do watch Little Busters, which I do plan to get to it at some point. But I think this was announced like a while ago, and it probably got pushed back a lot or something, or had a bunch of delays, because I don't remember them saying it was going to air in September. I feel like it was announced like it was supposed to air a while ago, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but it's finally coming out in September apparently. So yeah. If you guys are Little Busters fans, you're probably I marked that a green. Not yet. Eventually I feel like I'll watch it, but for now I'm gonna say no because I haven't watched or got into like Little Busters yet. Is it really a sequel? Is it really a sequel to Little Busters? Okay. Um, let's see. Next up, we have the Deer King. The Deer King, man. If I remember correctly, um, hold on, man. The Deer King, the novel, isn't it by the same person who wrote the? Isn't it by the same person that? I thought it was by the same person that wrote. the novel for The Great Passage. IG is animating it, by the way. Oh no, it's from the author of Moribito. Okay, so I was wrong. I'm thinking of something else, I think. Um, the Deer King from IG. It's IG. I'm gonna watch it, and I don't really want to read all this, to be honest. We'll just read a little bit, I guess. The novels center on Van, the head of a group of soldiers who expected to die fighting for their lands against a large empire looking to incorporate their home into its kingdom. Instead of dying, however, Van is taken as a slave and thrown into a salt mine. One night, a pack of strange dogs attacks the salt mine and a mysterious illness breaks out. During the attack, Van takes the opportunity to escape and he meets a young girl elsewhere. Rumors spreading that only immigrants are coming down with this mysterious illness. I guess it's not that much to read. The medical scientist Holsel risks his life to search for a cure. Doctors also study a father and child who seem to have survived the illness. The novels tell the interconnecting stories and bonds of those who fight against a cruel fate. Okay, it sounds pretty intriguing to me, I gotta say. It sounds kind of unique, sort of unique, I would say. It's IG, so I feel like I'm gonna check it out. I actually remember when this was announced, and I was saying I wanted it to have it on my radar. Next up, we have the Shaman Sorceress Meditation with the Pencil, name of the studio. They just get more unique with the and kind of crazy with the studio names, man. I feel like that one earlier for the Peter Grill one, Wolf's Bane, uh, Normal Studio or whatever, Super Normal Studio. This one we don't even know when it's coming out. Is this a Chinese series? Maybe the names make me, or maybe Korean. I'm not really sure. There's a painting called The Shaman Sorceress left at my home by a mute girl and her father. As is always the case, this picture is worth 1,000 words. The story behind the painting begins with a shaman named Moa, who has been living with her mute daughter Nangi and practicing shamanism her entire life. One day, her son Wookie, sorry, who had been gone for several years to study, returns home, but as a converted Christian. This sparks a conflict between Wookie and Moa and drives the family into tragedy. Honestly, like, we don't even know when it's coming out. Who knows if we get a translation? I'm gonna say no because honestly I don't know. I have no clue, honestly. It does sound maybe a little interesting, but I don't know, honestly. Tokyo Seven Sisters, no. Looks like an Idol Girl series. Not my cup of tea usually. Cinderella Girls, we're kind of gonna breeze through these. Cinderella Girls, excuse me, no. Japan Sinks 2020. Okay, we gotta talk a little bit about this one. I actually, because Masaki Yuasa, his last series he's directing at Science Saru, because he actually is leaving Science Saru, but this is the last kind of thing he's directing there because he's kind of, I guess he's going his independent kind of freelance route again. But this reminds me of Tokyo Magnitude 8.0 to a T, man. And if you guys like Tokyo Magnitude, I really like Tokyo Magnitude. It's a good series. This series seems like it's kind of in the same vein of that. So yeah, and it's Masaki Yuasa, Science Saru. You already know I'm watching it, and I think it comes out on Netflix actually in 14 days globally, everywhere. It comes out in Japan. I don't think it just comes out in Japan in 14 days. I think it's actually everywhere, if I remember correctly. So if you guys like Tokyo Magnitude, watch this. It's kind of like a drama tragedy type series. Yeah, I'm not ready for this because Tokyo Magnitude got me in my feels, and this probably will too. Definitely. I mean, look, you got a nice happy family right there, all smiling and whatnot. There's gonna be disaster and tragedy, man. Yeah, I don't want to say anymore. Next up, we have Sherlock, the Sherlock Holmes OVA, Kabukicho Sherlock. 6-episode OVA. The OVAs depict the past and future of, future too, so like sequel stuff and prequel stuff. The future of Sherlock, Watson, Moriarty, and the other detectives in the tenement. I actually watched this series. It was okay. It was kind of middle of the pack. It was like there were some fun moments I had with it. It wasn't like anything really good, but it wasn't bad by any means. I know a lot of people didn't really watch this series. A lot of people didn't really talk about it. I'll probably end up checking these OVAs because I did watch the original series. I think there actually is another Moriarty anime coming out that just solely focuses on him. Like he's like the main character, and I think IG is animating that as well, if I remember correctly. So, all right, next up. Oh, this thing's actually coming out. Wasn't this delayed? I think this got delayed because it was supposed to come out like not too long ago. But yeah, the OVA, the conclusion to the first season, right, of Orisuki, which I think it's just gonna be one episode. It might be like double length. I'm hoping it's like double length. It's not like just a 20-minute episode or something like that. Um, Dude, honestly, I forgot. I forgot what the only thing I remember like is Pansy. Like that's what I remember the most from from season 1. Wasn't that her name again? Right? It's gonna be 1 hour. Like I freaking forgot like most of this series already. I definitely feel by September I forgot most of it. It's still kind of in my mind, but like man, it's just kind of still shitty what happened, right? That they had the series and then it was like, okay, we're gonna have the sequel like so long from now. But yeah, the thing I remember the most about this is Pansy. Like Pansy, yeah, man. But here's the thing with Orisuki for me. Like I had a lot of fun with the series. Don't get me wrong. It started off really good, but I feel like over time, as the series kind of went on, it kind of fell off a little bit for me. Like it kind of couldn't contain that quality, or just like the comedy, or like how I was feeling about it. Like in the first couple episodes, it couldn't keep that up. It couldn't continue that, and you know, it's like a middle of the pack sort of series again for me, honestly. But I'll be watching this. It is the sequel to it. I'm probably gonna have to rewatch at least like the last episode or something of the first season to refresh my memory because I feel definitely by September I'm gonna almost forget everything. Next up, 22/7. I haven't watched any of that. ARP Backstage Pass, no. Dino Girl Gakko season 2, no. That looks kind of goofy though. Great Pretender, we're still watching, obviously. And yeah, I think that's actually it. So yeah, kind of thinned out. This probably still went over 1 hour, by the way, guys. I'm sorry, man. I say it every time, but I get off on these tangents sometimes and whatnot. But that's all right. That's all right, right? Um, so yeah, kind of a thinned out season, but like we were talking about before, Railgun coming back in this, with ReZero, Origairu, um, Fruits Basket, Sao. I mean, what is the other one? Did I say Fruits Basket? ReZero, Sword Art, Origairu, Fruits Basket, Railgun. Like with those 5, that feels like it's like 30 shows, man. That like honestly, that'll just make it worth it. Even though the season has kind of been thinned out, we got God of High School too. That shit looks hype. So I mean, there are Fire Force season 2. So there still are like I'm leaving these shows out like Fire Force and God of High School. Like those are lit too. So you know, there's like even though it's been thinned out, there still are some heavy hitters there that I feel like make the season pretty enjoyable for us. So my most anticipated though, I mean, it shouldn't be any surprise, honestly, to you guys. My first is ReZero season 2, 100%. Second, I would probably say Origairu season 3, and then third, Sao, Sao Alicization War of Underworld Part 2. That's definitely my top 3. And then outside of the 3, there's if we're not including like leftovers or anything like that, Decadence is probably in there. God of High School, Fire Force season 2. So yeah, those are like five or six, excuse me, of my like most anticipated, for sure, I would say. So, but yeah, it looks like even though I know I've said this like a million times, but even though it's been thinned out, it seems like we could still potentially have a banger of a season because of like the heavy hitter sequels, and then there's God of High School, but like there's those, and then yeah, so I'm really looking forward to this season. I think it's gonna be just not good for my emotional state, 100%, because of some of the ones we're all having in the same season. I mean, Railgun's coming back in July, so Fruits Basket, which gets me like in my emotions pretty much almost every episode. ReZero, which that did that in a lot of episodes in season one. Sword Art has done that in Alicization, and apparently he's going to do that even more so. I guess I'm not really surprised. Origairu, I mean, all these series, dude, like my emotional state is not going to be right for this, but I'm hyped. I'm hyped. Don't get me wrong. I am definitely hyped for it. So I actually feel a lot better. I didn't sleep last night, so I needed a stress reliever. People tell me that. Like I've had like people like cuz I play like Call of Duty and stuff. Like just a little side note, and some of my friends who like watch my videos in the COD scene, like they don't follow anime or anything like that, but they just hear my voice and they're like, you just have like a very professional kind of sounding voice. Like it's just like that just like I never have got those compliments before. I never have got that before. So I'm just like, wow, really? Like that kind of just blows me away that like people think my voice is kind of soothing or like is kind of nice to listen to or professional. So thank you for that. Yo, memory. I remember reading somewhere on Twitter that Matsuoka and uh Riona. Okay, my bad. Cried while watching the new SAO opening. I'm pretty excited for Anima by Riona. Are you? The new like the new visuals for the OP for War of Underworld. Of course, I'm excited for that Riona track. By the way, but if they're crying from just a OP, man, bro, bro. Yeah, I miss Lapis Relights. I don't think I'm gonna watch that one, man. I don't think I'm gonna watch that one. It just seems like Idol Girls to me. I'm not like I said for like the Idol Girl like or just music shows in general. There has to be like something else there that kind of grabs me. You know what I'm saying? Like Kids on the Slope. It's a music series, but it has a lot of other things going for it besides the music. You know what I'm saying? Like Your Lie in April. But like if it's just like just kind of girls singing every episode and there's not much else to it in terms of like the substance, like Rayview Starlight. I That was an Idol Girl show and that had more to it. Honestly, it had a lot more to it, a lot more substance to it. But it doesn't seem like that Lapis Relights show really. I could be wrong, obviously. I could be wrong, but it just doesn't seem like there's much more to it, honestly. The new Konami Suzuki OP. You got Aimer on Fire Force OP. Woo! Woo! Ooh, man. Dude, this season will be good. This season will be good, man. I feel like even though we don't have as much as we usually do, we got some good ass heavy hitters to carry. We definitely do. We definitely do. Have I seen Symphogear? I have not saw Symphogear, but I've heard really good things. A lot of people compare Symphogear to like Macross, and I freaking love Macross. I haven't watched all of Macross yet, but I really like Macross. I mean, cause I love mech anime, and when you got like mechs fighting with people singing at the same time, and it's just I love that shit. And I heard Symphogear is kind of like similar in a way. But yeah, guys, I think that is it actually for the lineup. I know I said this one won't be as long. Look what happened. look what look what happened. But I kind of gave you guys my most anticipated. I gave you some of the ones that I plan to react to for sure, and also I gave you guys some ones like that I'll most likely do like first impressions reactions for. But yeah, this looks like it'll be a pretty good season for for what it is for as many shows as we have. Hey, maybe actually it'll be kind of refreshing for once not having. That's kind of how the spring was. We didn't have as many shows. It kind of felt nice not having to like keep up, which I guess you don't necessarily have to, but as an anime fan, you can't resist sometimes just checking out certain shows. But it kind of feels refreshing not having as many shows in the season sometimes. So I'm really looking forward to it though for a lot of reasons that we discussed and went over in this one. Let me know what you guys are looking forward to for the season. I hope you guys did enjoy the stream. Thank you guys for coming, by the way. We had a good amount of people in here. We really did. It was nice chatting with you guys and going over all these and just sharing our excitement, right? Sharing our excitement for the upcoming season and for, some of the shows, ReZero, Origairu, SAO, you name it. I'm really looking forward to it. Really looking forward to it. It'll be here soon in what, a week or so, 3 weeks, maybe a little longer for some of them, but we'll be here. We'll be here for it. So, yeah, guys, that about does it. thank you once again for coming by if you did to check out this video and check out what we'll be watching for the summer anime lineup. I will see you guys in the next video or in the next stream. Thank you for watching once again. Peace out, everyone.